got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
Toma, soca, soca, vai piranha, vai safar. Deixa empurrando. Essa coisa de noite. Toma, soca, vai piranha, vai safar. Deixa empurrando. Essa coisa de noite. Toma, soca.
Batted and knocked away. Nice play made.
The things that the players are in control of, how they run to the ball and how physical they are at the point of attack. I thought that was on display.
Didn't get him, but he stays after him. And a wild-looking throw downfield.
One of the challenges to the guys is when we hit that pause button, how many bodies are in the picture. And there were a lot of times where we saw 11 men in the frame.
Packers coming out of blitz. Winston under pressure. He's hit. He's going to be sacked.
We saw it first play of the second half on that screen play. There were a lot of hats running to the football, and that gives us a great opportunity of recovering the football, and that's exactly what happened.
Packers have recovered at the Cleveland 37-yard line.
Just a credit to how we've been working at practice. The game's been, feeling pretty easy. We're in good condition as a team. We got to just keep bringing that same intensity at practice, keep competing against each other, and just getting each other better.
19 camp practices and 1 preseason game in, and the Packers defense is showing signs of being special. In that competition at safety, it remains as hot as it was when camp began.
Yeah, I mean, we got some dudes. It's pretty evident. Every day we go out, it's going to be a battle, and everybody in our room knows it. I think that just raises the level of play of all of us.
We feed off each other, and when somebody else makes a play, it pushes you to want to make a play. We're a family. X pushes that all the time. All the guys push that all the time. We're a family, and the more closer we are together, the better team we're going to be.
The next chances to get better are out west. We've got a joint practice on Friday and a game Sunday night. We'll see you in Denver.
Even without Nick Chubb, the Cleveland Browns finished 12th in rushing last season. They want to run the ball. Against the Green Bay Packers, they could not. "56 yards, 2.7 per carry, and one of the keys to that success were 8-man fronts, and those 8 men played very well. On this play, the point of attack is over here, and the Packers are doing all the attacking, playing the game on the Brown side of the line of scrimmage. Then the Packers get a bonus. There he is, Eric Stokes. Now it's a 9-man front, and they've got a corner who's not bashful about sticking his nose into the rough stuff. So Eric goes up, and he plays contained. Now let's move inside to Lucas Van Ness. That guy is too big and too strong, way too big and too strong for that tight end. Shucks him aside, and then him and Stokes combine to drop the ball carrier for -1. Now the Packers are in nickel, and the Browns are going to counter with a read option at Lucas Van Ness. But watch Lucas. He doesn't fly in there willy-nilly and out of control. He comes to balance. He is ready for the quarterback option. He is ready for the running back option. Either way, the Browns are going to lose. They give the ball to the running back. Lucas closes, and he and a host of Green Bay Packers make the play for another loss of 1. On this play, the Packers in their base 4-3, back to an 8-man front, and let's focus in on Colby Wooden. Once again, he's playing the game on the Brown side of the line of scrimmage. And look what he does to that guard. The guard ends up resorting to a butt block. Not very fundamentally sound, and Colby works his way down the line of scrimmage and makes the play along with a host of other Packers. That play went for no gain. You know what was really cool? No matter who was in the game, the standard was the standard and the play style remained the same. Look at big Jonathan Ford. He absolutely stuffs the center, then shucks him aside and gets in on the tackle, along with Raylan Goforth. Now Goforth takes advantage of the fact that the Packers are in another 8-man front and the Browns are a blocker short. And him and Ford team up for a big-time stop for 1 yard. Now the Browns ran the ball 21 times against the Packers, and on 8 of those times, they gained 1 yard or less. Now that's rushing defense you can win with.
I think it was LaFleur or Gabriel who mentioned that LaFleur showed a couple of your snaps as a run block into the team as an example. I know you're competing, it's part of your role, but is there a moment of that feels good to kind of have that as the example?
Yeah, I mean, it always feels good, you know, when they can be able to put your film, your product, you know, in the team meeting, and it's good. You know, you don't want to get called out for anything bad, but, you know, anytime, you know, you can get praised or, you know, they can, you know, show some of the things that you did well, you know, in front of the team, and the other guys be able to see that, you know, what you do and what you put out on the field, on film. You know, it's always a good feeling. So, you know, it did feel good in that moment, I would say.
That first catch you had, did you feel like you could have busted it out a little longer? You were pretty mad you got tripped up.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even see the defender. When I caught the screen and I got to the edge, I saw the end zone. It was nothing but green grass, and honestly, in my head, I was like, they just let me crib a screen. Like, I thought I had a touchdown. So, next thing I know, I was getting tackled. So, I was a little bit upset about it just because, you know, I thought I was going to be able to get a little bit more out of the play. But, you know, unfortunately, I wasn't. So.
For people who don't play football, can you describe how difficult it was to be watching preseason last year versus this year actually getting to participate?
Like I was just telling them, it's always difficult, you know, because of course you want to be out there with the guys, you know, playing alongside your teammates. But, you know, sometimes you just, I'm sorry, I'm hearing them in the back. But, you know, sometimes you just got to, you know, wait on your opportunity. Just stay down, you know, keep getting better at your craft. And eventually, you know, when your opportunity presents itself, you know, you'll be ready for it. So, you know, that's kind of the mindset and the mentality that you have to, you know, to have, you know, during, you know, any time that you're, I guess, deprived of something or you know, not out there. So, I guess, you know, that was my mindset, you know, for that past year.
You can only control what you can control and all that, you know, all of that, of course, but do you kind of wish this receiver depth chart wasn't so good? Like, you're like, damn, I wish these guys sucked.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. You know, we got a good room, good group of guys, and, you know, we make each other better. I feel like we do, and, you know, we compete at a high level. And, you know, when you go out there and see other guys make that play, it kind of pushes you to want to go out there and make 2 of them. So, at least that's kind of how I look at it. So, you know, I don't wish anything. You know, we got a good group of guys. You just kind of got to get in where you fit in. So, you know, that's how it is here. So,
what's it going to take to go out in Denver this weekend and do it again? I mean, everybody says, you know, anybody can do it once, but it's the guys who can, you know, do it multiple times. Like, what's it going to take?
I mean, first, you know, hopefully I can be able to breathe out there. You know, I heard that I was still kind of bad out there, but, you know, you just got to go out there and, you know, do the things that you've been taught, do the things that you've been coached to. Don't let the moment get too big for you, because that's when you kind of play out of play out of whack, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Try and make the plays, just doing what you've been, coached to do. And, the ball finds good energy. So that's the mentality. Did it last week. Now I just got to do it, again this week and, the week after. So,
would you have ever thought when you're at Miles College, they canceled the season and everything because of COVID? Would you ever thought, like, you're out here playing preseason football, catching passes? Did you think this was coming down the road or not?
Yeah, as crazy as it seems, I always knew I was gonna, play it, in the NFL, out of Miles College. I just didn't know how, when it was gonna be, and how I was gonna get there. But going into college, that was always my goal, to be able to play at the highest level. So I always knew it would come true. I put in the work behind it, to be able to put myself in position. And like I said, it was just a matter of, when and how I was going to get here. So
I felt like we played fast, played physical. And it's just a credit to how we've been working at practice. The game's been, feeling pretty easy. I think we're in good condition as a team. And, we got to just keep bringing that same intensity at practice, keep competing against each other, and just getting each other better.
What are you looking forward to for the joint practice and then the game on Saturday?
Same things. Just trying to just get better. Compete. You know what I'm saying? They got a really good football team over there. A lot of good offensive linemen. That I respect over there. So I'm excited to go up there and play football against them.
What makes a good joint practice? What makes a bad joint practice?
Just getting the work in. That's what makes it good. I don't know. I don't know really what make it bad. It just all depends on how your day going for.
What have your thoughts been over the years? It started when Matt came to town. The Texans, the Saints, the Jets, the Patriots.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool because you go against the same guys every day, and these guys, they know how we rush, how we play. So to get a chance to go against another team, go out there and practice, and put some film on against somebody else, it's always good to go out there and just go against somebody else.
When you have one-on-one periods of practice, do you get a sense that those in attendance, all those eyes are on you guys?
In one-on-ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. One-on-ones, it's cool. It's one of those, it's one of those situations where, everybody, looking at you to win the rep or whatever. So, yeah.
Is that cool to do? I was just talking to Devontae. I told him Matt says the receivers and DBs won't do that because he feels like that's the impetus for fight sometimes. But he says you guys will O-line, D-line with Denver. Is that something to look forward to?
To one-on-ones? Yeah. I look forward to everything. Team, one-on-ones, 9-on-7, or whatever we're doing. I'm looking forward to playing against those guys. I'm excited about the practice plan and what we're doing.
As a leader, how do you make sure that emotions don't get too high in a joint practice and, no one gets in a fight or something?
Yeah, that's uncontrollable. Guys' emotions are going to be high on both sides. At the end of the day, if everybody just comes to an equal round and just trying to just get the work done and just come to that understanding, we all going to play hard, we all going to, do everything in between the whistles. But just the extra stuff, outside of the whistles, that can't happen. So, we haven't had. We had a couple fights, but nothing too crazy. So, I don't expect nothing to really happen, but you just never know.
And as you guys are going back to Denver, do you feel any type of way about the way the game went last year? I know it's just preseason, but are you guys thinking about that?
Nah. It's a completely different team. We're a completely different team. No, I'm not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kenny, as you would say, you've been here a minute.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts in this locker room during this training camp about the guys you got in here? I know it's only second preseason game, but what have you seen in this locker room?
And just a lot of guys that's hungry. It's been a long time since we've been having a team that competes like this. And both sides of the ball, we bringing it, and it's definitely getting us better. Just how the style of practice we playing with, how guys are flying around to the ball on both sides of the ball. Offensive line, the defensive line, just the battles in there. You know, we got really great players on both sides of the ball and guys that's just hungry to be great. And, you know, we all just pushing each other every day. So I think that's the best thing about this camp is just how competitive it's been.
I try to put my best foot forward every single day. I do think that when the lights come on, it's a little bit different for me. Just, I don't know, it's just an excitement level. I do like to kind of think of myself as a gamer in a way, and I rally around the team and the energy is always super high on game days. Probably something, you know, I could continue to work on to bring that same juice every single day at practice, which I do my best to do every single day. But I do think that there is a little bit of a higher level of play when you get to play in a game, because you also go in, you know exactly the game plan. You've been working on it for a few days, at least in the preseason. You at least have the game plan 2 or 3 days ahead, where practice it's more wake up in the morning or maybe late at night, they get the script out and you can look at it, and we're trying a bunch of different things. But when you go into a game and you know what you're going to get, for a guy like me who's a little bit older, I know what to expect, and that helps a lot. So.
How are you balancing the competition between you and Michael?
It's super healthy. Like that's the thing. I'm honored to compete with Mike just because I respect him so much as a quarterback. You know, when you come in and you have an opportunity to get better every single day, and you know that if you take a day off, he's not. It raises the level of the competition in the room, and I think ultimately we're all here to put the best product on the field for the Packers. That's the only thing that matters, is that we are in Super Bowl contention every single year and we can win the North. And for Mike and I, it's about battling every single day. We know we're in a competition, super healthy. I respect him so much, and he's a great quarterback. So it's awesome for me, because if I slip up, he's gonna come back and make a play. And it's balancing that back and forth. And just knowing the situation at the end of the day too. You know, we know what's at stake, but you can still be friendly. You still, you know, be friendly and have a good competitive room and just want to win, because that's what we're here to do.
How good do you feel right now? How good do you feel right now about running this offense, you know, from the get-go?
I feel really good. I thought today was one of my best days here, just in terms of having fun, feeling good. Yesterday I was a little sluggish. I think it was just the 2 days off, and it's a hot day. I didn't feel as good yesterday, but came out with a really, really good attitude, excited to attack it, kind of a self-check there, and thought that we made a lot of plays on offense, and that's the name of the game, is being able to move the ball, and I thought we did that very efficiently today.
LaFleur didn't eliminate the possibility of every other series type of thing. He said everything's on the table. I don't know your full career at Penn State, but is that something you've ever done where you've had to come in, come out, come in? Is that something, you know, different preparation in that regard?
No, I didn't have to do that at Penn State. I'm here to, when I'm in the game, make as many plays as possible and have a ton of fun and, you know, play the game that I love. So however much I play, I'd love to play the whole game. I know Mike would say the same thing. So however much I'm out there, I'll put my best foot forward and continue to put a smile on my face and keep competing.
Back to that competition question, how do you view it in the moment? Like if you throw 2 picks one day or you throw 3 touchdowns that day, do you keep track of those things? Do you stay in the moment? How do you handle the throw kind of thing?
No, it's a one-play mentality, and I know it's cliche to say, and it's like the media answer, but it's true. Because if you compare it to the games, like if I would go out there this season and start a game, I can't be thinking about the last play. The only thing that matters is the present, and being able to wash whatever's happening in the past is an elite trait that I think Jordan has, and I've continued to learn that. And, you know, I think that's one of, you know, my best attributes is the last play could be my worst play of my career, and I'm going to go out and still sling it the next one, because I said this to my fiance yesterday, last night. I said, no matter what happens, every single play, every single day, I'd be really, really pissed if I ever had my last day and I wasn't having a good time. So that's the mentality that I take every day. Just love the game. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be a Packer. This is the greatest organization in the NFL, and I'm very proud of you know, having the chance to start this Sunday.
You talked about having one of your best days today. What do you think of your 2-minute drill? Obviously, it's really sharp. Maybe you get sacked on that one, maybe not.
Yeah, well, it's on me. I thought that we were in the same situation as Jordan, where we were down 7.
Yeah, it was only 3.
We were down 3, and I need to check, but I just assumed that we were down 7. So I was I was thinking a little bit differently than I probably would have thought if we were down 3, which is a bummer because it looked weird at the end. But yeah, that's just knowing the situation and being able to relay that with the coaches and just making sure. I should have checked, hey, same deal here. But yeah, it was. I thought we moved it pretty efficiently regardless. I'm happy about it. I think that I would have done something probably different on that last play if I would have known, but that's on me.
Sean, what did you see on that pass to Ben in the seam there? What did you think about that? Just kind of some of the plays you've been able to make with him.
Yeah, I mean, Ben is a phenomenal athlete. He makes a ton of plays constantly, and it's a lot of trust with him. And I saw we went with like pretty much a double. It was like all go, but then the outsides run outs, and he got press on that play, which he hasn't gotten in that slot position. And he just won quick. So I was able to kind of just, as I caught the ball, eyes went up, and I just saw him win so fast. So he made it pretty easy. It was a pretty simple play for me, honestly.
You put pretty high stock in team joint practice sessions?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how it's weighed, whether it's weighed or not. I think that every day is super important. But I definitely know that preseason games are ultimately a lot of what you get judged off of, and then the joint practices are important too, just because it's a different team, different feel. They'll bring a lot, like they'll bring their pressures, they'll bring different coverages. Preseason games are a little bit more vanilla, so yeah, it's 100% super important. Got to take it very seriously, like every single day here, and do your job.
Haven't talked about that, just kind of going out, whatever opportunities I'm presented with, try to take advantage of them, but we haven't talked about reps and stuff like that yet.
Sean was very complimentary of you and says it's a friendly relationship between you two, even though it's going for the same spot, essentially, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he's done a tremendous job. You know, both of those guys, Jordan and Sean, have done an amazing job of helping me out since the moment that I got here. You know, Sean and I kind of talked, and I've known Sean for a little bit. And, you know, something that kind of stuck with me that he said from the very beginning of when I got here was, it's not me versus him or him versus me, it's him and I versus everyone else. And I think that's just kind of the mentality we've had, is pushing each other to make each other better. And I think that's what we've been doing. I think we've both been elevating every single day. And ultimately, I don't think that that's what we're concerned about. We're concerned about how we can help this team, how we can help the locker room, how we can help Jordan. So that's the biggest emphasis right now.
You guys' relationship, I think you said, goes back to Manning camp.
Yep.
You guys were in high school?
College, but yep.
How has that relationship blossomed now that you guys are on the same team?
I think it's awesome. You know, just getting to know him, you know, from years past. And, you know, him and I kind of stayed in touch a little bit. And then, you know, draft night, you know, it was just something that was really cool. And, you know, especially coming in somewhere that you don't really know anyone and having at least one guy, especially a guy in the room that you have a good relationship with, definitely makes a difference.
How has he helped you grow since you got here?
He's done an awesome job. I mean, I think just the details, you know, even times that he doesn't need to speak up and say anything, like he has actually gone out of his way to really help me. And, you know, just the little things that as a rookie, you know, there's so much that's thrown at you. And, you know, I think just the minor details of like footwork, timing, progression, all that kind of stuff, he's done a really good job of just pointing things out to me and helping me out. So, you know, like I said, he's done, you know, really above and beyond of what he even needs to do. So very, very thankful for him.
Anything from the first preseason game that you had that transferred over into practice this week so far? That you feel like you really improved, that you kind of clicked after you see some game action? Anything like that?
Yeah, I think just operation. I think every week, every day, you know, every rep, you kind of just get better and feel more comfortable. So I think kind of being in that game setting and, you know, operating and, you know, working the, like there's things that people don't even think about, like working the huddle, working the clock, play, like all those things are factors that are involved that you don't even think about. And just kind of being in that position and going through the motion with it and operating just definitely gives you a little bit more confidence and, you know, just because you've been in that moment before. So now practice, I think it just, you know, has a little better relationship with it.
Have you ever been part of a joint practice?
I have not.
You have not. Any feelings on it? Just, you know, just the idea of so different than something you've never done before?
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, all the guys have said that it's something that's really cool. It's competitive.
So I think it's just another opportunity to go out there and play competitive football. So something I'm definitely looking forward to.
We saw you throw your body in the block, and I asked Sean this too. He seems like more of a lover, not a fighter. But if you guys are scrumming around you and you gotta get in there, are you gonna, stick your nose in a fight or a scrum?
Well, hopefully we don't get to that point. But I will say I got my teammates back, so I'll leave it at that.
Have they had conversations with you guys, though? I mean, those things can get a little chippy sometimes, the joint practices. What have the conversations with the coaches been like about that?
They haven't really made it a big emphasis. I think we're just going out there trying to play ball, not really focused on, those aspects. And, if it happens, be smart, but not too worried about it.
He's your center on the backup offense, but Luke Buckus said that Monk wanted to rip somebody's lips off before the game. What do you see from Monk in practice?
Oh, he was going crazy on game day. But I think just his energy that he brings every day, and I think just his consistency is something that's really important. You have a lot of guys, at least guys that I've seen in the past through high school, college, that, they're kind of wishy-washy and they have different energies and they're not as consistent. Some days they're high energy, the next day you got to pick them up. But Monk's one of those guys that he brings energy every single day. He loves the game of football. He's passionate. He loves practicing. I think that's something that's really important. Like, you really got to love practicing. And he's one of those guys that loves it, and he's like that every single day, and it translated to game day. And he was fired up pregame. He was fired up when they scored the touchdown. So definitely something that's exciting to see.
Hey, everybody. Three guys with three things. And Mike, you're up.
Well, Larry, when practice goes to the one-on-ones, I know Wes is over there watching the O-line, D-line. I think that's usually where you are too. I prefer to watch the pass catchers versus pass defenders, and one of the matchups I've been watching for the last couple of weeks here is when Xavier McKinney goes against Luke Musgrave, safety against a tight end. Now, McKinney has made life really difficult for Luke Musgrave trying to get open in the one-on-ones, and that was the case again today. But then on the final rep between those two guys, Musgrave made a really nice outside-in move at the goal line, caught the short touchdown pass. McKinney stuck out his hand for the congratulatory low five. Xavier McKinney is making Luke Musgrave a better player.
Wes?
Larry, looked to me a good day for the offensive line in the one-on-one drills, and one guy that actually really stood out to me was Andre Dillard. Now, we're looking at the swing tackle competition, and it looks like it'll go right down to the wire, but I thought Dillard had a good day. First, starting over at right tackle, which is always a position they say is kind of his number 2 spot, he's able to actually go out there and block Rashawn Gary, stays in front of him the entire drill, looked really good doing it. He flips over on the other side to left tackle, goes up against Aaron Mosby, also holds his ground. I think when you're looking at that swing tackle position, how both of those positions are handled to go so far in this thing, and Dillard's a guy that's showing he's adding that right tackle spot to his repertoire.
Guys, I will find two things memorable about this practice. One, during ones against ones, during a team period, Jair Alexander with an interception. He practices well, extremely well every day. Today he had a pick to show for it, and his return weren't bad either. It looked like it could have gone the distance. The other thing I will take away, which was memorable, is before practice, Christian Watson, or as they were getting practice started, Christian Watson is kind of getting the crowd jazzed up and so forth, and they're clapping louder and louder and louder, and Christian Watson did one of his standing backflips. Could you guys even think about doing a standing backflip?
I pulled a hamstring thinking about it, Larry.
I could not on my very, very best day. So those are the two memories coming out of today's practice. That's three guys for three things. See you next time.